Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to start our analysis on mesh method, right? The question states that given the circuit of the figure 1.3, write the loop equation and solve for the loop current and determine the voltage range, right? So most of the times questions like this, all you need to do is to be able to get your equivalent circuit represented in the form of what impedances, right? So we realize that for mesh analysis, if you want to really solve it, the best way is for you to have only voltage source and then the elements of, let's say, resistance and what that of the inductive what reactance. Okay. So all what we are going to do is to be able to transform this into what equivalent impedances, right? So you can see that we have a current source in it, right? It means that we need to convert into a voltage source. There is a rule in source transformation which states that anytime we have a current source in parallel with a resistor, we can convert it into what? A voltage source. We can convert this with this into a voltage source by using the relation V is equal to what? IR, right? Once we do that, then with the results we are going to get is going to be in what? In series with what? The source. With the resistance we have converted, we get it. So that is basically the concept of our source transformation. Similarly, anytime you have what? A voltage source in series with a resistor, you can convert it into a current source by using a relation V. I is equal to what? V over R. Okay. So that is the concept we are going to use here now. Now let's first of all convert this current source into a voltage source, right? So we can say V is equal to what? IR, right? Which is equal to the current is what? 1 angle what? 40 degrees times the resistance is 3 ohms multiplied by 3. Now give us 3 angle what? 40 degrees, right? So and then it will be in series with the resistance R1 3 ohms. Okay. So let me scroll down so that I can just represent it. So now I'm going to represent my equivalent circuit here. Now I have my resistance which was R1 and then it's equal to 3 ohms. Then don't forget there was a capacitor there already, which is what? 2 ohms capacitive reactance. And then finally we have another reactance, inductive reactance, which is 4 ohms. And then finally we have our resistance 6 ohms, and then the voltage source which is what? Plus minus here. And then that will be 12 angle 0 degrees. Okay. So this is what we have. Now the next thing we are going to do is to convert it into what? Equivalent or single impedances. Okay. So this one, the results we had was what? 3 angle 40 degrees. Okay. So for you to do that, all you need to do is to what? Represent what? The resistances and capacitance in series into equivalent impedance. So we have this with this. So sorry. With the whole of what I have here, right? I'm going to convert into a single impedance Z1. Okay. So I'll have it this way and name that side what? Z1. Okay. And then this corner I'll have what? Z2 here. We'll have Z2 here. And then finally I have another impedance which is what? Let me call this one Z3. Z3. And then that is all. Okay, so we have 12 angle 0 degrees. Okay. Now the rule states that anytime we are converting capacitance, right, into its what? Equivalent form. So if it's a capacitor, it's going to be minus G, and then the value will come, the magnitude will come. Okay. If it is inductance, then it's going to be G multiplied by what? The amplitude. So J and then Z. So let's do that. So it means that the value of Z1 will be equal to what? So we have the resistance, which will just be with the real part. And this is the capacitance, so it's going to be minus J, and then we have our 2 ohms here. That's for Z1. Let's represent Z2. This is Z2. Sorry, Z2 here. So Z2 will be equal to 4 J4 because it was inductance, right? And let's represent what? Z3. So here Z3 will be equal to, Z3 is actually resistance, right? So that will give us what? 6 ohms. means that the imaginary part of all this is equal to 0. Here to the real part is equal to 0. Okay, that is what we have. Now, how do we represent this thing into what? A mesh. So we are going to use mesh to analyze this with what? Its loop currents. So we'll have loop current 1 and then loop current 1, I2. Okay. So the rule states that what we sum all impedances within the loop. So this is one loop, loop 1. A, B, C, D back to A is loop 1. Sum all impedances within the loop. So Z1 plus Z2 is the impedance within the loop. So Z1 plus Z2. And then you multiply it by each loop current. So you can see that the loop current is I1. So multiply by I1 minus the one that is forming with that loop and forming with another loop. You can see that Z2 is forming with what? Loop 1 and forming with loop 2. Multiply by what the other loop current is forming with. So we'll have Z2 multiplied by what? I2. And that will be equal to. So the equation, realize that anytime you multiply impedance by current or resistance by current, you are going to get a voltage source. You are going to equate it to the voltage. So we are moving to check the voltage. So from negative to positive. That means it's going to be positive, and it was 3 angle what? 40 degrees. So we're going to be 3 angle 40 degrees. Okay. Now let's go to the next loop. Okay, we are done with this loop. Okay, so loop 2. Okay, this is our loop 2. So it's going to be what? Z2 plus what? Z3. The rule says that you sum all impedances within the loop. Multiply by each loop current. So I can say I2. Okay. And then Z2 is forming with that loop and forming with another loop. So that's going to be what? Z2 I what? 1. And this should be equal to the voltage here. Let's go from positive to negative. That will give us minus what? 12 and 1, 0, right? So that will give us 12 and 0. 12 and 1, 0 degrees. You get it? So let's now represent the values for, okay? We have the parameters, so we can fix it inside. So let me do for the first loop. So Z1 plus Z2, don't forget Z1 was 3 minus J. 3 minus J2 plus Z2. Z2 is what? J4. J4 all multiplied by what? The loop current I1 minus Z2. What is the value of Z2? Z2 is equal to J4. So we'll have J4 I2, and this should be equal to 3 angle 40 degrees. So this is my first. Let me simplify that. Okay. So we are going to get what? 3 minus J2 plus J4, and that will give us what? J2, okay, plus J2. All this multiplied by what? I1. That's equation 1. And then we have what? This side, right? Minus J4 I2. And this should be equal to 3 and what? 40 degrees. Okay. So let's move on to this side. So we have Z2 plus Z3. So what's the value of Z2? Z2 is J4, right? And then Z3 is what? Plus 6. All multiplied by what? I2. Minus Z2. Z2 is J4, right? I2. And that will give us 12 and 1, 0 degrees. So let's simplify these two. We are going to get what? 6 plus J4. I want to bring the real part first. Multiply by I2 minus J4 I2, and this is equal to 12 angle 1, 0 degrees. That was I1, sorry. Then this one, we have this one to be I1. So in order to represent it well, you can have the equation 1 and equation 2 together, okay? So let's just rewrite this one well, so that I1 will just appear first, okay? So that it will be in order. So we're going to get minus J4 I1, okay? Then we'll have this one as what? I2, so plus 6 plus J4 all multiplied by what? I2, and this should be equal to 12 angle what? 0 degrees. So this is a way to, so you can even represent this one as equation 1. And this was our equation 2. Okay.